I'm exposed to pretty much today how I'm a targeted individual originally from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm exposed to you today how COINTELPRO never ended, neither did MK Ultra, and people are being targeted and tortured all throughout America, and how the Federal Bureau of Investigation is actually running organized crime throughout this prison industrial complex, spying on citizens, illegally targeting them, torturing them, and setting them up for murder. Anybody who pretty much expose the systematic corruption, they pretty much get murder hits and murder bounties put out on us. See, these people are all mind control. We don't think. They don't think normal or typical like me and you. You know, the average person think the majority of people are good. But what this system has did was create a whole society full of mind controlled narcissistic psychopaths. All organized gang stalking is ran from the prison industrial complex by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. All these people are hive mind controlled. They conduct illegal surveillance on law-abiding citizens within their households. I get voice to skull, synthetic telepathy, and I'm on remote neural monitoring. These are called psychotronic weapons. You get what I'm saying? These weapons are actually used the rich, strong-minded people from out of society to try to pretty much make them either kill somebody or kill themselves. You get what I'm saying? Psychotronic weapons. This is a pretty much hit by the FBI and the National Security Agency. So the United States government are pretty much using the NSA to use DARPA satellites and non-consensual neural implants to remotely manipulate and control people's neurological systems, and pretty much, attacking with microwave weaponry, direct energy weapons, radiation, and torture them. And they using NSA to pretty much cover it up under the guise of national security. So is COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO was a legal program that we thought had ended, but it never ended. That the FBI actually ran to infiltrate almost everything. All of our families are actually infiltrated, or most of them are infiltrated in secret societies throughout the whole country or throughout the world. From where? The prison industrial complex. So this is pretty much human trafficking by the governments, global human trafficking by the governments that enslave the population and create a pretty much total totalitarian, dictatorship. This is essentially what this is. We think we're living free, but we're actually living in a dictatorship. All of our minds are being tracked by cell phone towers, which is something called subliminal messaging. Okay, subliminal messaging. The people who are aware of their conspiracy and awake, what they try to do is keep them isolated, and what they do is also put cyber torture bounties on them. Okay, the cyber torture bounties are conducted by the FBI. They place them, but they use the NSA, and you're targeted by DARPA organized crime satellites. You get what I'm saying? So this is all complete systematic corruption, and they use our families to play off our families against each other. So what you have is a bunch of Satanists actually sacrificing their relatives, the ones that believe in God or the strong-minded ones, while we think we just free and we sleep and we not awoke. You actually got like our families and stuff indoctrinated through the prison industrial complex, and the Satanism is brainwashing you guys. They're fucking brainwashing everybody, brainwashing the whole world. MK Ultra mind control and satanic ritual abuse. You get what I'm saying? So we think we free or whatever. The whole time our families and stuff are acting as our handlers. You get what I'm saying? They're our handlers going on around, watching us, illegally surveilling us, setting us up to live fake lives or whatever. Like we being tracked online. You get what I'm saying? We track through our phones. It's all deception, you guys. All this shit is fake. It's like we're living in the Truman Show. And the whole time, the whole community abroad, the Gangstalking community abroad, they're spying on us. You get what I'm saying? They spying on us, watching us our whole life through our own eyes, and using our eyes as cameras and our ears as microphones, and spying on us our whole lives. And once you get awake, they're trying to kill you. You get what I'm saying? They wake up, they're trying to kill. So this is all government oriented and organized fucking crime. You get what I'm saying? This is a conspiracy, a fucking satanic conspiracy ran by the FBI through the prison industrial complex. And A lot of times what they're doing now is like they're human trafficking the population using non-consensual neural implants and neural weapons. We all know that, right? Because it's coming out. It's all coming out. So not only are they human trafficking the population, they put in the Federal Bureau of Investigation is actually putting bounties on citizens that expose their corruption. I got voices coming from out of my stomach. You get what I'm saying? And what they're doing is they're using psychiatry fraud to cover all this bullshit up because they're controlling people by fear through the prison industrial complex. They're using psychiatry fraud. They get your whole family involved in all this shit. And like, yeah, he crazy. And, you know, your family act as an agent of the state because they're terrified of the state. They don't want to be targeted or tortured or whatever because this is what's happening. They're actually torturing us. You get what I'm saying? They are torturing us, and we're being legally spied on. No rights, no rule of law, no due process. This is pretty much two systems in one. You get what I'm saying? It's like we got a frontline system that says we got the Constitution and all this bullshit, right? But they're not abiding by none of that. Behind closed doors, they're pretty much implanting people and using them as slaves of the state. So these slaves are going around torturing us, which are gangstalkers, the modern day slaves, right? They're going around torturing people and, you know, setting us up or whatever to live phony lives and try to have us murdered. The voice of skull handlers, the ones that look through your eyes and ears, they actually illegally surveil you in real time and try to have your ass set up while you actually on the road. So all crime is organized. You get what I'm saying? This system is actually not solving crime. We live in a Satan's world, so everything is backwards. They're actually creating crime. You get what I'm saying? I get threats all day by these people. We're going to get you and your mother killed. We put a hit out on you. We put a hit out on... So they're putting hits out on anybody that exposes their complete fucking systematic corruption. It's complete fraud. You get what I'm saying? I'm tracked everywhere I go. I get voice to skull. I get synthetic telepathy. And I'm on remote neuromonitoring. I get cyber tortured. You get what I'm saying? These people actually speak through my goddamn body. We're really living in the Matrix. This is the damn Matrix. But I get cybernetic torture. If I open my mouth, gas comes out because they're mad because I exposed them. So what they're doing is having people sell out their own relatives, have them kidnapped, taken to jail, beat, raped, tortured, and murdered, and covering this shit up, you guys. There's no fucking rule of law. This is a conspiracy. This is a fucking cult. Look what happened when I opened my mouth. And the FBI is kidnapping people, kidnapping so-called targeted individuals, doing psychiatry fraud. Then what they do is, you know, say he crazy or whatever, then make them remotely suicide themselves through these non-consensual neural implants. So this shit is complete systematic fraud. This is your Illuminati government being exposed, and this is genocide. It's organized genocide and an infiltration of population, and an infiltration of all our families. Organized crime, organized gang stalking, illegal surveillance, electronic harassment. And what they're doing is using pretty much psychiatry fraud to cover this shit up. If my foot moves by itself, these people torture me all day. The United Nations recognize cyber torture or cybernetic torture. And this is treason at all levels of all government worldwide. You get what I'm saying? And this is the biggest fucking conspiracy known to man. But I just got on here to make this video today or whatever, you guys, to expose this corruption, to expose this bullshit, and to expose this system and all these sellouts that are going around selling their families out and stuff like that, or selling friends or whoever. Check this out. Watch who the people you are, because everybody ain't who they say they are. You get what I mean? You got a bunch of these sellouts. They try to make sacrifices because if they don't, it's their ass. And that's what they tell these gang stalkers or whatever. They got to make sacrifices and have people killed. And if they don't, they get killed. So it's sacrifice season. And they're trying to sacrifice people. They're trying to sacrifice me or murder me. You get what I'm saying? I'm from Baltimore, but I'm currently residing in Florida. Then you wonder why so much crime within our communities. That's because it's all organized. And people are scared to speak up about the system. Because this is a system above the system. It's two systems. I was thinking before we just had rights and things like that, but no, it's more to it. This is a spiritual warfare, and a lot of people are aware. A lot of people are sellouts, and a lot of people are trying, make sacrifices. So expose these devils. You see them, put them out there, and hey, we need another system to combat that bullshit. If you know he a gang stalker, hey, fuck him, put him out there. Put them out, because these people are nothing but a bunch of cowards that attack you, torture you, and hide. Then they spy on you illegally through your own body and try to have your ass set up a kidnap by the FBI. Anybody that's waking up, he said, "Oh, you awake? We about to get you kidnapped." So watch who you around. You know what I mean? And expose this technology that's being used on many civilians. Now they got a bill called the Havana Syndrome. Havana Syndrome is just, part of it. But the FBI is actually trying to cover all this bullshit up. They've been doing this for the longest time. And the people who are awake and aware, what the FBI is doing and the NSA are putting cyber torture bounties on people, trying to have them kidnapped and murdered and covering the shit up because they're being exposed on a wild level.